Morning, everybody. Welcome back to Sales Remastered. It is Tuesday, September 26, 2017, and I'm gonna vlog on my way home from the gym. I had something that's been actually stumbling on my plate for the last couple weeks, and as you watch this video, as of today, right now, I lead the #1 team in a national size, multi-billion-dollar corporation, a corporation that I do not own. However, I work and sacrifice and fucking bust my ass like I own that bitch myself. You know what I mean? Like I'm very passionate. And over the last couple weeks, as we get closer to month end, mind you, it is the 26th, I cannot help but sense from some people within my own team, yes, this happens even within my own team. And it's been common. I mean, it always happens any sales floor. What I'm going to explain to you right now, you're going to be able to relate. And it's because either you've done it yourself or you see it yourself and it fucking irritates you, or it's something that is hard to ignore. Maybe it's happening next to you and it's distracting your hustle. And what that is basically untapped potential. Yes. What I mean by that is, you know, you and I, we had to fucking grind for hours. We had to, you know what I mean? We are currently learning our craft. We are currently mastering our craft. Even though I've been doing it for 20 years, I'm a fucking eager beaver to learn some more shit, learn some more new things. And so what I'm talking about is there are, just like there is a specific pocket of players, there are a specific pocket of people who just naturally have the talent, who just naturally attract things to them, whether it's because they constantly think about it or whether it's just because all the stars line up, right? All the energies just fucking work out in their favor. And you'll know who I'm talking about because it's typically the fucking, you know, nonchalant, happy-go-lucky dude, right? Usually a bachelor. You know, it doesn't have to be a bachelor, but I'm just saying usually from my experience, what I see. Usually don't give a fuck, meaning they're cool with where they're at and they don't necessarily need extra, but they always just seem to attract extra. And on this topic, what I'm going to talk about is just their skill set. I got a few people on my team that are just some fucking killers. I mean, wow, like you're good at what you do, bro. Just do it, you know. And the challenge is though is when you get too good, you seem to hit the goal easier than most. And so what this does for that good person is it gives them the false impression that they can get it done in a faster amount of time, a sooner amount of time. Meaning that if the next man who's an average Joe or somewhat decent, you know, if they you know, let's say give a commitment for the month and that commitment is 8, right? So easy math, that's about 2 deals a week. And you know, that's just the goal, right? That's the goal of your next door neighbor. And this dude who's good, or this girl who's good, may hit that goal in let's say 2 days, right? A sale each day. And you'll know that person who has the untapped potential because they just simply don't push themselves, meaning that they're so fucking good, it didn't even take them a week to hit someone else's 1 week goal. And right when they hit someone else's 1 week goal, those motherfuckers turn into a coaster. Like they're just coasting by. You know what I mean? Like, it's cool. It's Tuesday. I still got Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And why that bothers me so fucking much is because I see on the other side all of these hustlers, these you know, these individuals who are trying to master their craft, who's putting in the fucking time. And I wonder how come they don't have it like these coasters, these new coasters do. And it fucking baffles me how these coasters can have the opportunity fucking right before them and they just simply will not fucking use it. Instead, they'll use other excuses like, I got a long drive to work. Motherfucker, wake up early. I gotta sit in traffic. It's like an hour and a half if I leave this time. Motherfucker, wake up early. Or, oh, I can only work 8 hours. Motherfucker, wake up early. Or, oh, no one can take my kid to school. No one can pick up my kid from school. Well, bro, I'm fucking happy, or homegirl, I'm happy that you know sales, because what other fucking full-time job wouldn't give a fuck that you're putting in 6 hours a day? Wouldn't give a fuck that you took, let's say, an hour and a half lunch. Yeah, bro, or yeah, girl, your skills are sharp, but don't let that shit rot. Don't be the fucking Kobe Bryant trying to win an award at the fucking public school park. You know what I mean? You can't go to 24-hour fitness, Kobe. You can't go to 24-hour fitness and flex on them, Kobe. You're already too fucking strong. It's not fair for you, Kobe. Does that make sense? You get the idea? Right? It's like me, man. Why this bothers me so much is because even though we are the number one team, some individuals, you know, it's funny, is because I'm not gonna say individual, I'm gonna say all of us, every single one of us. Even I did it. When I was on the team, I wasn't even leading the team yet. I busted my ass. I was always within the top 3, if not the top motherfucking 1, because that's just the way I roll, bro. I gotta be on the motherfucking top. I'm just competitive like that, and thank God I am too, because if I weren't competitive, I'd be a fucking coaster, and I'm not like that. So here's my thing, is that when I was at the top and I was the one leading the pack, my manager used to send out blanket emails, right? Blanket emails meaning it was just it was to all of us. So it was a group email, and that group email had verbiage within the email harping on the agents that only represented the bottom 25% of the list. Meaning it had nothing to do with me, right? It was about like, get your calls, you need to pick up your numbers, you need to do this, but I'm at the top of the list. But naturally, human nature, you think it's to you, even though you know it's a fucking blanket email to the group. You think it's you, like they're just talking to you. And so it affects us like that, and it affects us like that even on the positive level, right? And so sometimes I'm cautious. I'm too cautious to beef up my team's head, because they are doing amazing. I do have some just straight gifted fucking hustlers that see the potential and the opportunity in front of them, and they are capturing the motherfucking moment, because that's exactly what they're supposed to do, right? But then there are other individuals who just fucking float at the bottom, have more reason than anything in the fucking world to win. You got little lives looking up to you. You got fucking people depending on your ability, whether or not they eat, what roof they stay under. Now, granted, they might have other people. You might have plan B and a fucking backup plan. But notice how your backup plan is reliant on someone else, right? And so if your fucking backup plan is reliant on some other individual, bro, you're going to rely on that versus your own fucking skill to stack. So my punchline is here, because, you know, I'm getting real close to get home and I got to get in the office early, is that there are individuals here on this great, beautiful earth that just simply do not need to try. And I want you, if this is not you, and you're waking up early, you're reading your books, you're following Sales Remastered, you're hitting me on the DM for different ideas, bro, I see you. And every morning, you know, you try to go in there with the good energy and shit, and you're just like, man, today I'm gonna fucking own this shit. I'm gonna get this motherfucker, right? Wait till they get a load of me. Like, you walk in there just comfortable. And then you got douchebag over there who barely even fucking tries, barely appreciates the fucking job that you work so hard for. Bro, I want you to know you don't need to devalue your position. Don't think that you're not worthy, you're not good enough just because this motherfucker doesn't respect his position. You know, you're gonna get yours, bro. Just keep pushing forward. And when you come across these people within your environment, like those who just don't give a fuck about their job, like they don't really, you know, they don't come in punctual, you know what I mean? They come in and they go straight to go get coffee, and then they go straight to go fucking mingle, and then they want to burn up your time. You want to know the easiest way to not let them burn up your time? Act like you're on the fucking phone. Or act like you got to make a quick phone call. Because sometimes they're going to come up to you. They're going to come up to you in the office and be like, man, you know what Ray said? Oh, man, did you see that? And they got some bullshit to eat up your time. And if you're like me, nothing irritated the fuck out of me more than some shit that had nothing to do with me. So there's shit that I don't got time for, then there's shit that I got time for. Shit that I don't have time for is dumb shit, fake shit, stupid shit, your shit, and shit that had nothing to do with me. And so if you're on that same level, here's the easiest thing. Sometimes they'll come up to you, right? And then they'll just start fucking yapping. What I love to do is I love to look at my computer screen and go like this, and then I pick up the headset and I put the headset on. As a matter of fact, I always got to the point where I just wore my headset because I wanted people to come up and say, hey man, are you on the phone? And I'd be like, yep, I'm on the phone. They're not going to talk to you. They're going to go away, right? And sometimes that's just what you need to do. Because what happens? What happens if you're the good person because you're just too nice and cordial to say, get the fuck away from me? What happens then? Then they fucking eat 2 minutes of your time. Then that 2 minutes turns to 5 minutes of your time. Then that 5 minutes turns to 10. And then they leave. But that 10 minutes, now you're behind on your work. So that 10 turns to 20. And then you might have missed the call because that 20 minutes ate up your time, and now that 20 turns into 40, and now you got this fucking negative momentum eating away at your positive, your positive energy, like that you're trying to push forward. This bitch is pulling you back. And where's fucking ooh la la and shit? Where they at? They're back at their desks, not giving a fuck about work, and look at them. They picked up the phone, made a sale. And what do they do after that sale? They celebrate by going to lunch 2 hours early and for 2 hours long. And then they come back and then goof off for another 45 fucking minutes and then clock out an hour earlier before they leave. There's one valuable lesson that I learned in life, and I keep learning it over and over again, is that there will be people that you will question. Right? There'll be people they'll be like, what the fuck? There's some people that question me. I'm not saying I'm fucking perfect. I had some older lady question me the other day on a post, and it was a video, right? And it was like, and some older lady, and then, I had a great fucking video. Like, lady, get the fuck out of the way. This isn't even for you. And so she commented on the video, and she saw, how professional is all this cussing, all like 5 question marks and shit. Man, I had the best response, and I actually did respond too, but I felt bad, so I kind of deleted my response. But I was like, you know what I mean? Like number one is, if that's all you got was the cussing versus the message, the tonality, and cussing offends you, man, I don't know where in the fuck do you live? But maybe it's us. I'm in the city, and I'm not in the country. I'm not in a rural area, and I'm not gonna blame that. I'm just gonna blame that's me. It's my mentality. So my response to her was, I'll keep that in mind. If I ever want to be anything but who I am on my page, but I gotta respect elders. It's just part of my culture. But what I'm getting at is, there's gonna be people that question you, and people question me all the time. And the one thing that you just have to remember is that you cannot change everyone. So no need to fret, no need to dwell or sit stagnant on it. And I know that's what I just did right now. I just ranted for like fucking 15 minutes about how it bothers me. But it's shit like this that vents. So I want you to know that I feel it too. I'm not, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not above and beyond. I'm not fucking Dalai Lama of emotions and shit. I'm here with you. I'm feeling the same frustration. And so how do you deal with it? How I dealt with it was, I just ignored these motherfuckers. I ignored it, and I was very thankful and fortunate. I displayed gratitude for knowing that I would not take advantage of that situation, because throughout my life I took advantage of a lot of people. I took advantage of a lot of situations, and I'm not about that. I got older, and I was like, man, I started realizing things very fast, and where most would break out into the world to go learn, I already learned that bitch by the time I was going out into the world. And so I to some degree, a lot of people said, man, that's fucking rough. But in my case, I was like, dude, I'm blessed. I'm happy it happened that way. Just because in comparison, like I was able to grow up very fast, and I'm wiser because of it. And because I'm wiser, I'm still young enough to know how to fucking work technology, and I'm still kind of spontaneous enough, and my punctuality, my enthusiasm is still there, and I still love hip hop. It's just me. It's ingrained in me. and I'm naturally putting it out there to where I'm young enough but old enough in my mind, I'm wise enough to share with you years in advance of what could happen and what could not happen. And I think that there's an important need for that, because there's a lot of people going nowhere fast, and it's because they're following smoke and mirrors, and they think some one dude at 22 years old figured it out because he's a life coach for all these older people. And there's a lot of people who just want to follow, right? And it's just fucking natural, and that's what keeps me humble. You know, I grew over 5,000 followers in just 5 months, but I'm humble. I'm not like, hey man, I'm the new motherfucking Tony Robbins, man. I'm far from that, bro. I understand there's a lot of people that just follow, you know, because they just want to follow, and they don't like, they don't comment. They're just kind of, you know, like ninjas in the background. And that's exactly what we need to be in some cases, ninjas in the motherfucking background. While all these other players are playing the same exact game, you and I are going to be the one that changes it. So thank you for your time. I know you spent the last 16 minutes with me in the morning, and I appreciate you. If this is your first time, please be sure you subscribe. If you're a return visitor, means something on here is something that you like and you enjoy, do me a solid, please hit the thumbs up button, please comment on what your takeaway was, and copy and share this on any social media you have, LinkedIn, Facebook, a blanket message to your team, a group message to your team. If you lead a team, you have a sales team, man, I would strongly recommend pulling everybody aside for like 15 minutes and just throw on a video, you know, something that has to do with objections or rebuttals, you know, do that. It's good for you. All right, bye.